Spent all night swapping parts just because that's what they wanted. Early working at a now-defunct airline. Airplane came in for overnight work with an inoperative boost pump. These were new airplanes which were also a new type to the company. I had this problem before, so I had a hunch it was a bad relay. Pull the wiring prints and find where the other relay with the same part number is and proceed to swap the suspect relay with a known good one. Problem followed the bad relay, so in less than 10 minutes I knew what the fix would be. Order up a new relay from stores. Now the supervisor comes around and says maintenance control want the boost pump swapped for troubleshooting. I pled my case telling him it's fixed as soon as the new relay arrives. Said he wanted them swapped anyway. I get paid by the hour, so whatever. I swapped the pumps around and problem is still there. Now since serial numbers are tracked on where they are installed on the aircraft, I swap both pumps back to their original positions. Go in and tell the supervisor problem wasn't fixed. And grab the relay I ordered earlier. Replace the relay and all ops checks are good. As I'm walking back into the office to sign it off, supervisor meets me walking through the hangar with the exact wiring print I had printed up earlier, and want me to take a look at the exact relay I just replaced because MX Control thinks that might be the issue. TLDR. I spent a 10-hour shift doing a 10 minutes job. You could post this on our Navy and everyone in naval aviation would have a similar story. If I had $1 for every time my partner came home telling me he or his colleagues wasted hours troubleshooting issues by replacing serviceable parts when he knows that they're fine, an issue would be fixed by avionics doing a wiring check and sorting out the wiring. Due to over a decade maintaining this particular airframe, we might well have a whole house deposit by now. This was my life in the Navy while our ship was in dry dock. Ah, yes. Why listen to your paid expert when you already know everything better? You now also have a great paper trail with another piece of evidence on why you should be replacing him for that position. It's so odd when you aren't taken seriously in your area of expertise. 20 to 1 the guy still won't want to admit you had it the whole time. This was so common when I was an aircraft mechanic. I'm proud of my work and love to troubleshoot. You always go easy to hard, cheap to expensive. Change one thing at a time and see if the problem rectifies. Or swap parts and see if the problem follows. But I'd get so many middle management types who want to do the shotgun approach and change everything because the plane absolutely has to be out on time. And what invariably winds up happening? It doesn't solve the problem. So you did all of that work and are no closer to finding out what it is. Indeed, the rapid changing of things on a double shift may have even made more problems and you now have no clue of where to start. All of your spares are gone. Spares you might need. Even worse, you robbed parts. And now you have 2 or more unairworthy airplanes. I did this in the Navy. Boss. MX pulled 6 avionic integration units for the same failure. They all show turbine inlet temp faults. Me. Sounds like the turbine inlet temp sensor is bad. Boss. That unit is a piece of shit. I want you on the next plane to City. And don't leave OEM facility until they find the problem and fix the design. Me. I'm telling you, it's the sensor. But okay. I'll be back tomorrow after wasting a couple $1,000s on a flight and a hotel. Next day. Received phone call at site 1,700 miles from home. Come back immediately. They troubleshot the airplane and it was the turbine inlet temp sensor went bad. Follow-up. 6 units tagged as ANOP had to be expedited back to supplier and through the repair line to get certified OK to fly. Because rules say you can't ignore the ANOP tag and return to stores. Retest necessary. And that is why companies go broke. Let the people hired to fix shit. Gotta love bosses who don't listen to their techs in the field. Person facepalming light skin tone. Do people not know how to use a meter? And this sound partly why they went bankrupt. Imagine that. It's almost like you're a competent employee. Sometimes bosses really are bumbasses. Fuck that supervisor. Rub it in his face, he was wrong every chance you get. Edit. Assuming you ever see him. This is the most accurate description of aircraft maintenance I have ever seen on Reddit. Well done. Reap this sweet karma by cross-posting to our aviation maintenance. Micromanagement like this infuriates me, and is a sure sign of incompetence. Your title first made me think you meant swapping parts in a sexual manner. I was disappointed once I read it, and it was actually about swapping mechanical parts on aircraft. Giggity. During the 90 feet I was stationed in Korea. During my time in there, direct support brought a piece of equipment that was 6 months overdue. They changed the engine 2 times. And many others parts a few times trying to figure out the reason it was not working. Even did a complete replacement of the wiring harness. So they show up at 10 a.m. to see if I could figure out the issue. I took out the schematics and traced the problem. 30 minutes later, not only figure out the problem, but bypass that safety item to make the equipment run again. Just a little black box that is there for protection in case of a EMP attack took a shit. Yes. Nobody noticed that a small black box was burned. The kicker. The parts for me to repair the items inside the box, it may cost no more than 23 cents. But it was above my pay grade.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.